Today on the channel, we relive WrestleMania 6. What a time to be alive with the Ultimate Warrior versus Hulk Hogan, Jack's Classic Superstars.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Jack's Classic Superstars unboxing and review. And today, from the Toys R Us exclusive 2-pack sets, we've got Hulk Hogan and we've got the Ultimate Warrior from WrestleMania 6. But for all your modern day wrestling figure needs, make sure you're hitting up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. And today, we're going to do this unboxing like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And this pack here represents WrestleMania 6. Of course, the main event, Hulk Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior, title for title. And I've talked about this numerous times on the channel over the years. This was the pinnacle of my wrestling fandom. I will never forget being that kid on the old playground, being the only kid in my class, in my grade, who I hung out with on the playground, who believed in his heart of hearts that the Ultimate Warrior was going to get this one done, that the Ultimate Warrior was going to unify the belts. Everybody thought I was absolutely crazy, and they were right in some ways, but in a lot of ways they were not, because I knew the Warrior was going to win. And I'll never forget walking into school that Monday. I walked in like Vince McMahon. I told you, I told you, I told you, I told you. I let everybody know because, man, it was so exciting for me. I even remember my parents, we got this on pay-per-view back in the day. You had to go get the cable box from the cable operator system, had to bring it home, hook it up and all that. And I remember having baseball practice that day in the morning into the early afternoon. And I want to say WrestleMania started at like 4 o'clock our time or something like that. But I remember, oh my gosh, we got to go, and we were trying to haul there. And I remember getting home, running inside right as Coco Beware was making his entrance. So I got there just in time for the start of WrestleMania 6. The highs, the lows of the whole event. And then just being on the edge of my seat for the Ultimate Warrior Hulk Hogan. I remember getting up and down and up and down. Couldn't believe it. I remember just screaming and celebrating when the Hulkster was finally defeated by the power of the Ultimate Warrior. I remember it being such just a monumental day. I still remember everything about that day. Just one of the all-time great wrestling memories. One of my all-time great life memories at the time there. And just being amazed with the Warrior putting up both title belts. Just such a cool moment. And it's one of those things where you had to be there. You had to be of a certain age, because you tell some young fan now, it's just not the same. But we all had those moments in your wrestling fandom. Somebody that, you know, maybe somewhere in the 70s or something, when Harley Race won his first title. Maybe you were throwing going crazy or something like that when, you know, Sting finally beat Hulk Hogan back in the day. It just kind of depends on your age bracket, but for little Kyle, man, oh man, this was the defining moment, and it's still a high I chase to this day, I guess, in my wrestling fandom. Don't think it'll ever be topped, but let's take a look at this 2-pack here. Talk about cool. Of course, at the time of this, we had not had a ton of WrestleMania 6 Ultimate Warrior figures, and this one had a nice little twist on it from the Jack's Classic Superstars Series 1 version, which this is basically a repaint of, but this one I will call it War Damage, Battle Damage Ultimate Warrior. The face paint coming down, the chest paint coming down, so a really cool, different version here. And then, of course, Hulk Hogan, very, very plain Jane in this pack here, but you do get both title belts from that monumental night where Warrior unified the belts. Just a classic pack. And I remember when I first saw this, as we've talked about it before, these Toys R Us exclusive packs, Jax didn't sit out there saying, hey, these are coming, these are coming. You had to be on the Wrestling Figures message boards where I got my info, and it was California, these hit. I knew the Friday after my Toys R Us would get these, but just saying, oh my gosh, they're making a Hogan Warrior 2-pack. I could not believe it, and gosh, I was in my 20s when this came out. This came out in 2006, so yeah, I was in my 20s. I wasn't a little kid anymore, but man, I was excited. I was pumped up for this one to come. So just a monumental pack, one I still do love to this day. It's not the greatest 2-pack they could have ever done. I would love to see the Mattel Ultimate Edition 2-pack of this one day. Maybe, we'll see. You never know, that might happen, but very, very cool set for the time. Very cool set now, all these years later. You get the 2 title belts. Warrior Hogan, of course. There they are on the side. Just getting ready for WrestleMania 6. And that WrestleMania 6 poster, too. Man, that thing was iconic. That was the coolest poster ever. Absolutely love it. There it is on the side there. On the back, got Warrior, you got Hogan, we got all the blurbs going on. We got the big cross sell down below. Demolition, oh boy, playing all the hits down there. And then Ted and Virgil, another solid pack. Just a great wave of 2-packs in this Classic Superstars set. Let's see what it says about our friend Hulk Hogan. Our friend, we'll call him a friend after all these years. Hulk Hogan debuted 1978, 275 pounds, 6'7", finishing move, the good old leg drop. Titles, WWE Champion, WCW Champion, WWE Tag Team Champion with Edge, of course. WWE Royal Rumble winner twice, WWE Hall of Fame inductee. Favorite quote, what you gonna do, brother, when Hulkamania runs wild on you? And I don't know what I would do. Ultimate Warrior debuted 1985, 290 pounds, 6'2", finishing move, the Gorilla Press and Big Splash combination. Is there a better 1-2 punch? Oh, I don't think so. Titles, WWE Champion, WWE Intercontinental Champion, and Keeper of Kyle's Heart. Oh, yes, yes, for sure. Favorite quote, always believe, no doubt about it there. Very, very cool. An iconic 2-pack I've owned numerous times in my life. I actually have this Warrior loose. I don't have the Hogan, so that's why I'm doing it. I'll have an extra Warrior, and what I'm going to do is have one in my collection here, and then I have a little Warrior corner of my office at work, and I'm going to stick this Ultimate Warrior, the extra one, in the office there. So there you go. Got to get all those Warriors. Got to get Double Up, Loose Club, Min on Card Club. Just all in on the Warrior. You guys know me. Ooh, falling apart of the package here. There it is. Bam, go. See you later. Goodbye. Plastic Prison, a little bit of a yellow bubble to this. A little dangerous there, yellow bubbling, but there it is. Pop these title belts out. There we go. Ooh, this plastic's cracking and breaking. It's so brittle as it's yellowed, of course. And we get the Warrior out of the package. See you later. Goodbye. And I got a little plastic shard. See you later. All right, let's look at the accessories first here. And we'll look at Warriors. I mean, they're both Warriors belts, but when they came in, this was Warriors, of course, the Intercontinental title belt in yellow. Absolutely loved the color that Warrior brought to the title belts. I love the leather coloring on the straps. Thought that was one of the coolest things ever. Absolutely love this yellow Intercontinental title. Wish it was all painted and had all the bells and whistles to it, but not in the cards, unfortunately. And then you get the world title. Would love the bells and whistles as well with this one, but still a good representation of the winged eagle. Just a fabulous, fabulous title belts. Just could use a little bit of paint. But let's start with the loser of the match, of course. Somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose. And the Hulkster, he lost, as we do know. And this is possibly the plainest, Janest Hulk Hogan in the Classic Superstars line. No t-shirt, no accessories outside of the title belts, kind of. But I'm going to say they're both Warriors accessory in this one. But just a little bit plain Jane here, this Hulk Hogan. And even the yellow doesn't pop a whole lot. It's almost like a mustard yellow. Just kind of looks a little bit different coloring than the traditional, really bright, vibrant yellow we get with the Hulkster. We do get 2 red knee pads for what it's worth, and we do got 2 gripping hands on him. Got a little bit different Hulk Hogan head, a little bit of fading. It's obviously he's got the baldness going on. It's receding fast, brother. And you got the big old mustache going there. It's like a whitish blonde, and that's kind of on point, I guess we'd say. But definitely a plain Jane Hulk Hogan. Big body on him, arms go around. I do got a bicep cut, elbows back and forth, hands back and forth, waist back and forth, head back and forth, up and down, side to side. You do get a little knee bend right there, ankles up and down, and that's it. And that's articulation for Jax, of course, this time and this stage of the game. But an awfully plain Hulk Hogan figure. Not a ton of bells and whistles with this one. Just kind of is what it is. Definitely not the greatest Hulk Hogan figure we ever received, even in the Classic Superstars line. But it does represent WrestleMania 6, that is for sure, and that's where the Ultimate Warrior gets his attention up here next. Obviously, this Warrior costs a little bit more. We got the tassels on the arms, got the tassels around the legs, we got the Warrior-specific knee pads, the bright orange tights, trunks, got the Warrior logo on the back, of course, orange boots as well. And then you got the faded paint on the chest and the face, which I thought was really, really cool at the time. Still cool at this time. It was awesome to see kind of the paint wearing off on him as he went through the match. And it was just always wild to me to see the Ultimate Warrior without face paint, especially at that time where it all came off his face. Just seems so foreign, so different, so strange, really, which is kind of funny. And same thing with Sting. He'd have those hour-long matches with Flair or somebody, and you'd see that paint go away, and it just felt like you were seeing something you shouldn't be seeing. Maybe that was just me. I don't know. But But absolutely love this Warrior. Like I said, a simple repaint of WrestleMania, Jakks Class Superstars Series 1 Ultimate Warrior, but this definitely did work. This was a definite way to get the Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan back out there. This was a pack everybody wanted at the time. There was nobody passing up this pack. Just an absolute fabulous representation. And I would love to see Mattel do a 2-pack set of every single WrestleMania main event. The ones they could honestly do. We know some they couldn't. But it would be a really cool moment in time to get the main events unified in a package. I think this was a really cool idea by the Jakks team all those years ago with Warrior and Hogan. Fabulous set I can't gush about anymore. It's just, I absolutely do love this set. Of course, the power of the Warrior compels me, and some of you guys and gals out there as well. But a fabulous, fabulous one. High up there on my favorite sets of all time from the Jakks Class Superstars line. But what say you? Did you have this set? Did you pass on this set? Did you know this set existed? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell, as we got videos every single day. And then some. Oh, yes, and then some. We got more content for you, including early access to all the videos over on the old Patreon channel, and it truly is your best way to support the channel. You can also support the channel over at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And then, of course, don't forget social media, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for the Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan and WrestleMania 6, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.